What you're about to witness is just a small glimpse into the life of Mr. and Mrs. Shoemaker. No task was easily completed, but what lied ahead for both was more than either had ever imagined. Just a small distance away from their rural Pennsylvania home, the American Civil War started. The President of the United States made a call into the service of the U.S. for 75,000 volunteers to serve for a period of 3 years. Robert Shoemaker accepted the call and joined the Infantry Volunteers Regiment. Just 2 years into the battle and the massive casualties of the Battle of Gettysburg, Robert's role increased in the Union's infantry.
Dearest Robert, I hope this letter finds you well. I know your love for country is mightily known, but I wish you were here with me. Mostly, I've been keeping up with the chores and reading the Bible, but the memories of the moments we have spent together often come to mind, and I'm most gratified to God and to you that I've enjoyed them for so long. It won't be long, and I will once again see you. Ever yours, Catherine.
They say the Battle of Gettysburg was the turning point in the war. That didn't make it any less violent. Robert's action became so constant he rarely had time to write his wife, eat, or even rest. He grew more worried with each passing day that he may not get to run his hands through the soil at his Pennsylvania farm ever again. 3 years deep into his service, the Union seemed to have control of the war. To Robert's surprise, the Confederates seemed to be making a push. Robert and one other was separated from the rest, and he felt his own demise rush over him. Mr. Shumaker fought the last half of 1863 and part of 1864, which sadly at that point led to his death. Shumaker was one of 97 men killed or mortally wounded. Robert Shoemaker was one of approximately 620,000 lives lost between 1861 and 1865, making it the U.S. war with the most fatalities exceeding World War II by about 200,000 soldiers. Catherine Shumaker remained at their farm until her death in 1871. She was 45 years old. The home site was eventually abandoned and swallowed by the forest. Today, we search for the grounds that Mr. and Mrs. Shoemaker once called home. We're going to try and locate maybe one piece of their lives that was once so filled with joy and laughter. These finds will be preserved and displayed so that their legacy may live on. All right, we've made it to the site. So lucky to have found this, to be able to try to find items that were lost by these two individuals. One died as a hero in the Civil War. The other one ran this farm for 9 years after Robert's death. So if we can find something in here, that'll date back to whenever they were in here, That would be absolutely amazing. Hopefully everything we find in here is period to whenever those two were still alive. This is the barn site here. You can see the bank on the upper side here where they would have pulled into the top of the barn. The house site, according to the map, is going to be up the hill a little bit more than there. So we're going to walk up there, see if we can't locate that. So as we're walking to the home site here, we see this. I'd say that's a leaf spring off something. Could have been the wagons. Is that a bad thing? I do know the homeowner, after talking to him, he has been in here, in this site. Not with a metal detector, but he's the one who told me exactly how to get here. So maybe he saw it laying on the ground, threw it right there, who knows? We're hoping it hasn't already been detected. We're gonna find out. All right, as you can see, it's a pretty large foundation, and all of this right here was probably the stone structure of the house pushed into the hole. We do know that their house was log, but that doesn't mean the fireplace and the foundation wasn't stacked a little bit higher, exposed to the ground. So we're gonna get the metal detector out here, see if we can't find anything. All right, so very first find in the hole here. I didn't know what it was at first. I dug this first little piece up, and it has like almost like glittery stuff on it. And I'm thinking, I have no clue what that is. Got the detector back out, swung over it, and heard another tone. I dug it, and it's actually a pocket knife. Now, from what I'm looking at, it doesn't look like it would date back to the mid-1800s, but I could be wrong. I don't think they really had anything like this back then. But to find one thing here on this property is rewarding enough. So hopefully we can find some more older stuff here. But pocket knife in the pouch. All right, next find in the hole. I have no idea what it is. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. But it looks like some sort of weight, counterweight. Not sure what it would have been used for. I don't know if it would have been used for some sort of scaling of something. Obviously to weigh something. So this probably had a certain weight. They would hang it, and when it was level, they would know that they were the right weight. I'm gonna assume that's what that is. If you have any guesses, you can leave a comment below. Definitely evidence that life wasn't easy back then. Nothing was like stand on a scale, get your weight. They had to use something like this to get a weight. If that's even what this is. Thinking that it is though. All right, got a find in a hole here. I don't know how old it is. And what I'm gonna guess is used on underwear maybe. But it's a little 4-hole button. And there's writing around it would have been the outside rim of it. So I don't know if that makes it more modern or what. But I do know the underwear buttons did look a little bit like this. We're gonna go with underwear button. I have no clue though. I really need to study my stuff to figure out what things are. Third find in the hole. Not a whole lot of signals. Like it's not real irony. So I mean, that's a good thing I guess, but has me a little bit worried. We're gonna keep pushing through here, see what else we can find. All right, so I have an exciting find in the hole here. It's a really personal item. And believe it or not, I found one. I found one at the site where I found the 2 largies. To find one that quickly, and this one actually holds a story to somebody that I read about and learned a little bit about their life, is amazing. So you can see it right there. Whenever I dug it up, it didn't seem like much of anything. Basically, it just looks like a big clump of dirt. And so I was like, man, the numbers it gave me and the shape of it, like it almost looks like a thimble. And then after I started brushing it off, as you can see, that's what it was. I don't think it was an advertising thimble though. It has a designer on the bottom though. This side you're not gonna get much off of, but to find that piece in here, I'm sure Catherine used this a lot, to fix the clothing. So to find that piece is absolutely amazing. Stick this in the pouch, see what else we can get. So I'm trying so hard to stay out of these jaggers. There's so many jaggers right here around me. Every week I get my hands cut up so bad. Not the greatest find in the world, but I do believe this would be horse tack. It's elongated ring, almost like an oval, but this would have been used on the farm for sure. Just another piece of history. See what else we can find. Finally got in a hole here I definitely wasn't expecting. It didn't sound the greatest, and right up in here there's a lot of trashy signals. I'm assuming it's iron. It doesn't sound that great on the metal detector. Could have been masking it a little bit, I guess, but see that? I saw it and I thought, oh, what is that? Came out of there looking like a coin almost, a nickel. About the same size as a nickel, but it's a flat button. This would be a period piece to whenever these two were at this home site. Great find. I'm stoked to have this. Wait till you see what's in the hole right here. I dug it up, flipped it up, and it popped out. This is absolutely amazing. Do you see it right there? I about freaked out whenever this thing popped out. Look at that. Wow. Unfortunately, it is broken off in a couple places, but this would have been on the top of their house. Or the barn, I guess, but it's near the house site. That is pretty crazy. Stick it in the pouch, let's go. Really excited about the find in the hole here. It's giving me a 90 from one direction, and then it sounded like absolute crap from the other direction. I'm gonna grab the camera, turn it around, and show you as it's in the hole. All right, look real close in the hole. Do you see anything? Look at that. This one's gonna be a beautiful one. Completely intact. Of course, I think these smaller ones normally are, because it obviously not gonna get smashed as easy. I'm gonna brush it with my brush real quick, see if we can get any detail off of it, maybe get a size. All right, so I'm farther down towards the barn area. I have a 97 on the DS2. Is it gonna be a largie? Is it gonna be a large silver? We're about to find out. I'm gonna turn you around and you can watch me live dig it. 95, 96. All right, this should be it. I think it was right down in here. Oh, I see it. I see it. Can you see it right there? Look. That's gonna be a large scent. Oh, I might have nicked it a little bit. Maybe not, I don't know. That's exactly what it is. Wow. I'm gonna give us a little bit of a cleanup job. We're gonna come right back. Absolutely amazing. Holding something that that Robert or Catherine held. Cannot beat that. All right, so there it is. I gave it a brush. I don't know if you guys can see the date, but I can't see it. I'm also terrible at getting dates. But that is a U.S. large scent and has to date back to the at least the Civil War era. Amazing find. Super happy to get this. So we're gonna stick this in the pouch and hopefully we can find some more good stuff. Let's go. All right, so I have one of my favorite finds in the hole, and being as it's in this home site even makes it more special to me. Can you tell what it is? It's a suspender clip. This one feels really fragile though. I'll be real careful with it. I'll turn you off, brush it off a little bit. I'll be right back. All right, so there it is. That thing is absolutely beautiful. But as you can see, there's still gold gilt on it. Absolutely amazing. This thing still slides and turns. Beautiful find. See if we can dig just a couple more items out of here. I'd be happy. I'm already happy, but you know what I mean. So let's keep going. All right, something I've already found, but I found another one. It's another thimble, and it's smashed too. Looks exactly like the other one. This one doesn't have any fancy design around it, but that is definitely what that is. Second thimble. She was losing an awful lot of them, and why we'll never know. But second thimble of the day. All right, so I have another find in the hole here. It's not something that you normally find. It's not a spoon. Found ourselves a fork. It's just a copper fork. Definitely old. I'm gonna brush it, see if there's any detail on it, and then we'll come right back. All right, so there's the fork. There is a maker's mark on there. Can't really read what it is, but just a copper fork. Normally you find spoons. Why there's a fork here, Not sure. How do you drop a fork outside and not find it? But I'll take it. Another piece of history of the couple that were here. You know, pretty much everything you find is like a personal item whenever you know the story of the people. We're gonna keep going real slow through here, see if we can dig anything else. You know, it's not too often as metal detectorists that we have information on the people that inhabited these home sites. Being as I did have the information for this particular home site, it made every find just that much more special. I want to thank everybody for sticking around this long. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. Jerry and I release a video every Saturday morning at 8 o'clock in the morning. And we also have a whole slew of other videos you can check out. Or maybe even just check that one out right there. Otherwise, we'll see you out there for the next adventure.